You heard from me once, you'll hear from me again. I'm still working hard, no matter where I am. 'Cause this is not the ending. No, this is not my ending. It's just to be continued. It's just to be continued.
Hello and welcome to our very first introductory episode for our new YouTube show here at Philbrick called To Be Continued. I'm super excited to jump on just for a few minutes today to let you all know what this show is about, what it's here for, and what we're going to be doing because, man, we have got a real treat for you. Let me give you some context though. So, being a business owner, working on this business now full time, I was like, okay, how can we start growing different social channels? YouTube is supposed to be a big one. I hear that all the time from so many people of YouTube. And I don't know, I just got sick of trying to post the same thing I post on Instagram, on YouTube. So it's like, there's got to be something else I can do. Well, I started a new YouTube show called Candid Conversations with my friend Bill. And it was off this idea of, is there any low-hanging fruit that you can already pick from that you can grab to incorporate in your business? And I'm on his podcast once a week where we talk about our own business before we talk through the podcast, and then we talk after the podcast. Basically, we just talk a lot. So I was like, hey, Bill, how about before the show, we talk about business, record it, and then I can post that on my YouTube channel. Then we have the podcast afterwards. We can do an after show for your YouTube channel, and then we'll have extra content to share. And so that was my initial idea, was for me and him to do a week by week thing. But then I was like, how can I bring this about for those that are in the small business community? And if you didn't know, the small business community is made up of those business owners who have been featured and who have been on the podcast. So I have known for a while now, especially once I made this group, like I want to have them back on the show. I really do. But I never knew how to exactly do that with having them back on the podcast, because if I have a featured business owner, does it take away from them, or do they need to be their own featured week? I don't know. But with this new idea of YouTube and like, we can have a show. And so that's what got me started, kind of all of that into this show right now, To Be Continued. And I was like, okay, we've got a little less than 20 people in the community because it is up to the business owners to join the community. But I kind of want to reward them and have another way that I can help them out, because that's what we're here to do at Philbrick, is to help them with growing their business, getting the word out about them, promotion, all of that good stuff. And I know I have them on once, which is great, but wouldn't it be so much more fun if we can continue on in their journey to hear more about them? And I've listened to a podcast where they did this with a business owner. They followed his journey for a couple of months. And man, there was nothing more exciting, more impactful, more engaging and encouraging to want to support this guy. I followed his personal account, his business account, like everything I could about this person, because I would listen to him every couple weeks on this business podcast. So that's my dream for this, is that I already know from friends and family that have listened to business owners on the show, they'll be like, man, this person was so good. I love them. They seem like such an awesome person. And then it kind of ends. But I'm like, of course, yeah, they're awesome. Go follow them. But I would love to give the audience members more of that person. And so that's what this show is going to be about. You'll be on the podcast. Then it's up to you to choose. Do you want to be in the small business community? And the answer is yes, of course you do. And once you're on there, once your episode has aired on the show, then you'll get the invite to be on this YouTube show. And it's going to be so much fun, because it'll be a, hey, thanks for watching and listening, guys. Check out our first episode with them, which, if you haven't listened to our podcast yet, that first episode gives so much information about this person. You hear all about their journey, their story, how they got started. Why did they think they should do this? How did they start? What did they start with? Like, so much good context to who they are as a person, especially within their business. I mean, we can't share everything, but you should get a pretty good idea of both the business owner and their business from that episode. So that's always a good starting ground. And we'll always have that linked in the show notes. From there, though, we'll have them on the show, and it'll be a, hey, how's it going? What have you been up to since we last talked to you? What are you working on? What are you planning to work on? Can you show us anything new that's coming up? And just a general sense of getting to know them, you as well, getting to know them, their journey, seeing that, hey, I'm working on this project. And then we can follow along in the coming months of, hey, come back on the show. I'm launching this project. You guys go and check it out. So it really is going to be so much fun, and that's why we need you guys to subscribe, to listen, to watch, to get pumped up for this, as well as if you are a business owner and this sounds like fun. And I mean, most things I do in life, especially with this business, people don't understand it until stuff starts coming out. So this is the first but it's just me. So don't worry, you get the idea. But apply to be on the podcast, join small business community. Even if you are a small business owner who's been on the show and you didn't join, you can always join. Just send me an email. Let me know that you want to be in on this, because this small business community, this is just the start. As the song said, this is not the ending. It's not my ending. It's not these business owners' ending. Their journey is just beginning. And not everyone is just beginning, but that's why I came up with the title To Be Continued, because when you're watching a show that you love, which is going to be this show, of course, right? Yes, of course. When you're watching it, you get to the end and it says to be continued. And you're like, no, please show me another one. Give me something else to watch. And if you are on a streaming platform, many times you can just binge your way through it. Eventually, this will be like that, where you can find all your episodes about so-and-so business owner, and you can take it from when they were on the show to living life with them as we check in with them. And I think that is what is so cool, is that once they're on the podcast and done with being on the podcast, their story isn't over. It's to be continued until, as I always say, you either quit the business or you die. Then that is the finale. That is it. That is the end. But for now, as business owners, as humans, our stories are always continuing on. It's always an adventure that is moving forward. And I think that is what really captures the heart of it for me, is like reaching out to these people in the community who have been on the podcast, giving them another chances to share about what they're doing, to have just a fun time of talking with me talking with them talking with you, and you being able to truly support them, jump on board with them, follow them, message them, reach out to them. These people are awesome people. They are so much fun to talk to when I first interview them, to in our community, to when I have them on the show again. And yeah, we've already been recording our first few episodes. So exciting for this. And then if you notice, I also added in a little song at the beginning and at the end. I had so much fun creating this song, and there's a couple different pieces to it, but you guys, recording it, it's not my strong suit, the music production, but I think it gets the point across fairly well. And I'll share a couple links in the description of me putting together that song, because I do enjoy songwriting. And so coming into this project, that for me was a huge part of it, of getting excited of like, let's come up with a theme song. I love theme songs. And so I think I'm going to leave it with that, but I hope you are excited for this and all that is going to be coming up. If you haven't subscribed yet to this YouTube channel, you definitely should. Go ahead, do that. Like the video, comment. I don't know what else, share it with friends, but mainly get excited on our social medias. We will be previewing, letting you know who is going to be coming out on the show for the next week. So a couple days before, to get you pumped up, give you the chance to listen to the episode or previous episodes on this show. So, man, there's a lot of good and cool excitement coming your way, but I hope you are excited, ready to tune in and support this business here, Fisher Philbrick. And while you support us, you're going to be supporting so many other awesome business owners. So I'm going to leave it here with you today, but thanks for watching and listening and for following along with me.
This is not the ending. No, this is not my ending. It's just to be continued. It's just to be continued.